Hi, welcome to my channel, Readerwoman. My name is Judy, and let's talk P.G. Wodehouse. I'm sure everyone has known about this for quite some time, unlike myself, but I had the pleasure this last week of watching Blandings, which was a take on his Blandings Castle stories. Lord Emsworth and his horrible sisters, his very ridiculous son, and of course, the star of it all, the Empress of Blandings, his beloved pig. So I thought I would review this series. This was created in 2013 to 2014. It had 2 series. It is currently playing on Amazon Prime. So that's where I watched it. I was disappointed after the 2nd season to find that that was all there was. But, you know, I started it off with Pig Hooey. And the casting kind of struck me as odd. Now I'm going to be reading who was playing whom. But Timothy Spall played Lord Emsworth, and at the time he was a very rotund man, and I was taken aback by the casting for Lord Emsworth. I always thought of him as more of a, you know, waif-like, thin, retiring character, and you know, but as the series went on, I got to like him as Lord Emsworth. But first off, I was a little surprised. His sister, Lady Constance, was played by Jennifer Saunders, and I thought she did a brilliant job. In fact, I thought they made her a little too soft at times. In the book, she never gave him any quarter. There was never any little happy ending. So I had to question that a little bit. Jack Farthing played Freddie Threepwood, his son. And in both series 1 and 2, seasons 1 and 2, I thought he was perfect, spot on, silly, ridiculous, fun, and just a blithering idiot. And I really did. I thought he brought that to life greatly. But in season 1, you know that Beach, the butler, is a huge part of the whole series. And they badly miscast Mark Williams. And I was like, where do I know this guy from? You know, and so I looked him up, and he was playing Mr. Weasley in the Harry Potter world, in all the movies. And even more recently, he's been playing Father Brown. And I've really enjoyed him as Father Brown. I kind of like that little mystery series, although it gets a little moralistic for me. But, you know, it's a cute little murder mystery thing. And, but as Beach, the butler, they had his hair going everywhere. He didn't have that gravitas that an English butler should have, even if he is full of fun and the, you know, Lord's rum or whatever, you know, gin or whatever kind of port that he's drinking. But I thought it was badly miscast. And you really have to see that Pig Hooey, though. The pig call that our love interest comes up with from America is hilarious. And to see Lord Emsworth trying to recreate it, it was very fun. I did indeed enjoy that one. But the rest of the series, I was kind of like, something's not right. And I knew a lot of it had to do with the miscasting of Beach. And then I started season 2. I mean, it's only like six, 7 episodes for each season. And suddenly in season 2, they hit the stroke. They brought in more characters. They brought in Galahad, Fleetwood. So that was a really good thing to show up. And although I didn't like the actor, and let's see here, what's his name? Julian Rind Tutt. And I know him from Green Wing, a little mystery, not mystery, medical comedy. And I thought he was very appealing, cute. I thought he was cute as Galahad, but once again, I just didn't think they got the casting quite right. I expected somebody, I don't know, he didn't seem old enough. And also the second season, which improved everything greatly, is they changed butlers. They went with Tim Vine. Now, I don't know who Tim Vine is. Once again, I thought he was a little too young. I think if he'd been like maybe 15 years older, because I mean, a lot of Blandings Castle stories are talking about, you know, Beach putting his feet up and doing this and that and the other. And so yeah, I thought that could have been, but still, he was a far better butler for the series than Mark Waters. Is that his name? Williams. Mark Williams was. And all of a sudden it got silly, it got fun, it just, I don't know, kicked along. One thing also, particularly in season 2, somehow they got rid of Cyril Well-Beloved. I don't know where the pig man went, but he was gone after the first few episodes of season 1. But let me see here. What is his name? Oh, Angus McAllister. And that was played by Ron Donachie, and he plays this gardener as with this so thick a brogue you can't understand him at all. And then they came back. I mean, this was one of the things that I thought they did really brilliantly the second season, is you had this Irish brogue who you really couldn't quite understand, and then you had Lord Imsworth with his patrician drawl, and you know, and it was just like them talking at each other, and you didn't know if either one even actually quite understood the other, but it was quite amusing, and I thought they did a nice job of pulling that theme completely through. The Freddy character in the season 2 wasn't quite as silly. Season 1, they had his hair flipped, and you know, if anything, like a light bulb, this hair flip, and they got rid of that, which I thought was a good thing. And in fact, you know, it was, he grew on you. He really did. One other person who showed up, and that was in the last, let's see here, in the last episode, I believe, was Phoebe Waller-Bridge, who is so hot right now, after Fleabag, and I forget the other show she wrote and starred in, about people who were just, you know, squatting in disused hospitals and stuff like that. So she's obviously a brilliant actor, but this was, you know, 5, 6 years ago. I'm sure this was just a role that they needed somebody to fill. And so she played Sir Gregory Parslow's niece. Let's see what her name was. Felicity, who was dressed as a man. And in that particular story, Freddie falls in love with the niece of the gardener. And neither the gardener nor his Aunt Connie or even his father are happy, because they want Freddie to marry Felicity. And so funny, you know, funny happenings, and the niece ends up, leaving in a high dungeon. She's very angry at Freddie, and she thought they were going to get married, and then she finds him canoodling with this woman dressed as a man. And then I thought it was a sweet thing, because everything came out of all right. Of course. It's Wodehouse land. So but in a certain level, Freddie and Felicity had found firm footing. He was like, well, you want me to kiss you? And she's like, no, but we could tickle. And it was like, and Freddie, he was like, yeah, we could tickle. And he had resigned himself to the fact that he was going to have to marry Felicity. And Felicity had resigned herself to the fact that she was going to be marrying Freddie. They were kind of each other's last resort. Until Lady Constance finds out that this niece of the gardener is the daughter of a millionaire from America. And so that wedding is back on. And, and so they basically show poor Felicity to the door. And I thought she had a really sweet look. She looks back at Freddie kind of like, what happened? And, it was fun. I thought they did a great job with the location shooting of Blandings Castle. It had a real sense of castle. The scenery was great. And like I said, the second season, it's really too bad they didn't go on for more seasons, because it was well worth doing, I think. It surprised me, actually, that there was a new new version of Blandings Castle out, because yeah, it took me by surprise. I enjoyed it. I do have one note of sadness, though. Towards the end of filming, the poor Empress of Blandings Castle died from a heart attack. And she was just an extraordinarily beautiful pig, just pure white, with this funny head nose thing. I'd never quite seen a pig like that before. And anyways, it was a nice. Oh, and Baxter showed up, that nasty secretary that nobody wanted outside of Lady Constance. And I almost expected Smith to show up, but he never did. So if you are an Amazon Prime member, I would suggest you give it a try. It's called Blandings, so highly recommended. See you later. Bye.